Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello. This is Tails Film 109. Tails. 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 Yes. Okay, so here we are. We are now into the Q&A stream for the Tails That Bond episode 3. This animation finally came out after 8 long months. Sorry it took so long. And it's April Fool's Day, so happy April Fool's Day. I don't come up with April Fool's jokes or pranks to do, so we'll just get right to it. This is a Q&A stream for episode 3 of the Tails That Bond, and specifically the Tails That Bond episode 3. So let's focus on that. Hello, everyone that is here. There's like Koofy Cabana, Sonic and Shadow Reacts, Hypersonic 64, Chase Poindexter, Awakening Unto Truth, Ariana McKay, Tiffany Rodriguez, Magic Fairy Dust Gamer, Frisbee 1186, Danny Perez, Juan Hernandez, Jordan Plays, Def, Moonlight and Sunlight Show, Jessica, lots of people. I don't think I'll be able to say hi to everybody. So right now, let's just get into the questions. I'm sure you've all watched episode 3 by now. You've had exactly a week to see it and come up with any questions to ask. So who's going to ask the first question? Hello. Rock-a-Million. Hello. Tails eventually becomes a hero alongside Sonic, but could Sonic be hesitant to let Tails go on adventures with him at first? Want to keep him safe after everything he's been through? That's not something Sonic's going to have to worry about for a long while. At the moment, Tails is too scared to, well, go through much of anything. As cool as he thinks it is that Sonic is a hero, and he wants to be with him, but I don't think he realizes the full-on implications. He would be seen, and as soon as he gets seen, he will be afraid. That's something that is going to have to slowly develop over time. And at first, Sonic will be worried about Tails getting, like, seriously hurt and such, because he really cares for Tails at this point. Cares an awful lot, and if anything would happen, Sonic wouldn't be able to forgive himself. That kind of happened occasionally in the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. But that's not for a long time coming. For a long time, Tails is kind of just content having fun time with Sonic at home. Just playing games and such. Riskabe99. How long did the Noogie scene take for you to animate? I hated that scene. I worked on that for 5 days straight. About 2 days to get Tails animated, about 2 days to get Sonic animated, and then another whole day fixing up everything that was wrong with the shots, because everything was very wrong and it was hard, very difficult to make it look decent. 5 days. I was dead exhausted by the time that was finished, and I was so glad to be done with that one. And then I realized I still had half of the animation to go, roughly. Actually, more than that. Whew. But I realized it would get easier after that, so that was fine. Ariana McKay, why did Tails have a panic attack that bad over the delivery men? It stems from Tails' past. Tails was brutally bullied by anyone that has ever seen him, and as a result, because Tails was so young, he had no reason to believe that it was going to play out any differently if they saw him. And then once he was safe, that just, like, opened up all of his past memories of anyone that's ever heard him, because he was fearing so badly by that point. It was suddenly all he could think of. He was reverting back to an earlier state of mind, which, for him, was only literally 1 day ago. He's already in a very rough mental state in this. A very rough mental state, and it's going to take a lot of time for him to fully recover. And Sonic becomes very understanding of that, and is always very kind and considerate towards him with that. Okay, well, what other questions? Elena Robles, when Sonic looks for Tails, and I like how you spoke when Sonic went upstairs, how did you speak like that? Did you whisper or be far away from the microphone? I was at roughly the same distance as I always am. I just used Audacity and drastically lowered the volume of it to make it sound more far away. Those are usually the only voice changes I make, like trying to get rid of some of the air ambient sounds around me so that it doesn't sound as dirty, and then adjusting the volume to where I think it has to be. Jordan plays, what will episode 4 be named? Just wait until my break is over, because I think you're going to like what it is, but I don't want to reveal it yet. I don't want to reveal it just yet. The Tales Fan 109 fan. Wow, that's completely subtle. But thanks. What would have happened if those guys with the package saw Tails? Most likely they would have been like, whoa, look at that, and all that kind of stuff, and start like laughing at him. And then, since they were pretty much teenagers, they probably would have told all their friends, and then they would have told everyone else, and then everyone would have gathered around Sonic's house to see him. There would have been no way Tails would have been able to hide. Everyone would have been laughing. Sonic would have gotten angry at everyone, and then Sonic probably would have taken Tails and moved somewhere else by that point, just to keep Tails safe away from all of the laughing and torment. At least that's what I'd imagine would happen. Tails, Prower fan. You think Tails will in time be the brave and B.A. Fox we all know and love when he becomes 8? The way I see it, it probably would start around the time that Tails is 5, because for some reason I like to imagine that like Sonic 2, they're like a few years younger. That probably doesn't make much sense, but it just feels weird if you think of all the games and it's all condensed into like 1 year. So I like to imagine the earlier games take place like maybe 3 years in the past. So I imagine like once Tails becomes 5, by that point he knows who he is, and he eventually starts to fight back alongside Sonic, and then start developing from there. Still has confidence issues and such, and will very much stay close to Sonic the way he did in the early games before Sonic Adventure, but it eventually happens. But it takes time, because Tails needs to develop out of his traumatic state of his early childhood. That's how I envision it. It takes a few years. Not till 8, earlier than that, but it still takes some time. It takes time. People don't just get over things that quickly when it's something so traumatic, after all. Will we have an episode where Sonic takes Tails out and they bump into the bullies from episode 1? Probably not the same bullies. One day, though, there will be another set of bullies that end up getting at Tails, and it will get on Sonic's bad side very quickly. Very quickly. Oh, whoa, lots of scrolling. Lots of scrolling. Turbo Tail 6464. What if they found him so adorable and realized he was adopted by Sonic and told him to let Sonic know he's got a package and waved bye, calling him Buddy? I don't think it would have worked out just like that. If they didn't see his 2 tails, maybe, but they'd probably be more confused as to why there's a little kid in Sonic's house. And then they'd see the tails, and then by that point, they're young, they're gonna make fun of him. They're just gonna make fun of him. Nani Nazuki, will Tails fly in these episodes? Only when I'm ready to actually end the Tails That Bond. Because this series of mine focuses on that time before Tails fully learns what he's capable of and starts to slowly become a hero in his own right. This is the before years, this series. I just saw a question and then I lost it. What made you come up with the Tails That Bond? Well, when I was in like high school and such, there was the series of fanfic stories I saw from someone called Sonic Tails Bro. It used to be on DeviantArt. Now that account's gone, but you can still read the same stories on fanfiction.net, is it? And in a lot of those, Tails was 2, and then Sonic was 9. I ended up falling in love with that concept of the whole early childhood thing, and eventually that just started being the way how I started to envision the bond between the two, especially when I got my Sonic and Tails plushies. It's a modern Sonic, it's a classic Tails, that's just all they had, and It just seems so fitting to me to make the dynamic work that way. So I had a couple of outside influences. But of course, I'm adjusting it to be more of my own thing and focus on Tails' mentally traumatized state more frequently. Those stories, it wasn't like chronological. Each one would focus on a different time frame. Some where Tails is 2 and Sonic is 9, some in the present day, some in between and all that. That's where it all came from. That's where it all came from. Rock Million, if I remember correctly, you mentioned before that Sonic sees a bit of himself in Tails. Sonic loses parents just like Tails, except at an older age. I have been developing that in my mind, and at some point, Sonic is going to reveal some details about himself that Tails definitely doesn't know. And this will only strengthen the bond together, because it shows that Sonic can trust Tails with such personal details, and it shows Tails that Sonic may understand things more than he thinks. We'll get to that at some point. Some point down the road. If I reveal everything in the beginning, there won't be enough exciting to reveal later on down the road. So all this stuff will come out a bit at a time. A bit at a time. A bit at a time. I'm a broken record. Turbo Tails 6464. One of the bullies did confront Tails with Sonic, and Sonic told them to leave Tails alone, and they refused. And then after Sonic bait them, they vowed to make Sonic pay for siding with the freak. I mean, that'd be interesting, but more likely than not, if Sonic started beating them up with his speed, I think they will mostly just get afraid of Sonic and never want to deal with him ever again. Dr. Ray Quasar, how about an episode where Tails has a babysitter? I have thought about that, maybe not as the Tails That Bomb, but something a little more standalone, once I introduce some more characters in the Tails That Bomb, which that will come at some point. If I'm lucky, maybe I can finally get to that by the end of this year. If I'm lucky. I don't know, that depends on how episode 4 goes, and how I feel after my break, because I'm taking a 2-month break from animating to kind of refresh my mind a little bit. I was starting to feel fatigued, and it was starting to take me longer to get stuff done, so... Maxine Butler, Tails is a great representation of children with PTSD and separation anxiety, which you do a great job showcasing. Well, thank you about that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have much experience or knowledge on the topic of, like, PTSD and separation anxiety and trauma and all that. The closest I have to experience with that was a traumatizing incident with a swarm of bees when I was 5 years old. That's the closest I've got. I've never really studied this stuff. I just always imagined what Tails would probably be like if he was young, suffering through all this, and this is just what comes up in my mind. The fact that I can get it accurate, as I've heard a few people say, stuns me, honestly. I never thought I really knew what I was doing. I just wanted to make something that would really display emotions, emotional outputs and such. Tails fell from a flagpole and he got a bloody nose and he didn't get a cut. How? How? Well, the way I see it, none of his body parts scrapes the floor. It's slammed down. Now, maybe that could still cause bruises and such, but I don't think it cuts the skin open. Again, I'm not a professional at all that. Besides, the Tails, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a professional on what kind of cuts and bruises would show up if you fell from a 10-foot height anyway. Not like I've done it or know anyone that's done it before. Risky 99. Whenever you're animating, are the tears hard to animate? Getting it by the eyes, it takes getting it to be stretched out into a certain shape so that it covers everything without, like, clipping into anything or sticking too outward. By this point, I've gotten kind of used to it. The tear lines can be a little more work because of the way they stretch. It can be very easy to make them stick out the wrong way. So, it's sort of hard, but I've gotten better at it now. The first time I didn't even animate the tears. I would just, like, place them, and that was it. I've used future animations to try and develop the way I have the tiers form up, and by this point, I kind of have an idea on what it is I do with it. Jackie the cartoon fan, this may be silly to ask, but how does Sonic B9 have his own house? I kind of gave a small reason at the beginning of the Tales That Bond episode 2 when Sonic was mentioning how he didn't want a house and all that. Basically, because he's this massive hero that always saves the day, the mayor of the town that Sonic is in decided that he wanted some way to keep Sonic close where they could contact him at any time. So they pretty much gave him a house and paid all of the mortgage and all that kind of stuff just so that Sonic has a place to live, because he's not going to know anything about paying the mortgage and he's too young for taxes and all that. So the town government pretty much takes care of all the house stuff for Sonic. And then they kind of rigged the phone system so that anyone could easily call him, and that'll be that. His number is in all of the phone books. There's my little reasoning. It's basically the town government. The mayor decided they wanted to keep Sonic close for this particular city, especially since Eggman can attack in that general area a lot because it's where his base of operations is closest. So the mayor got a house set up for Sonic for him to live in, and he doesn't have to pay a darn thing. There's my reasoning. You like that? Rockamillion again. You made a render depicting the first meeting between Sonic and Tails and then adapted it into a scene from the first episode of the Tales That Bond. Won't we see more renders adapted into scenes? Not normally. It just kind of happened that way. It was July, and since I always envisioned that the two met in the middle of July, I made a render for that in July. But I was always going to do this once I thought I was good enough at animating. It just so happened I thought it would be fun to just throw that render in at the time, and then further develop it later. At least help me get an idea of what the set piece would look like when the two first met, at the very least. It's not very likely that a render of the month will be adapted into an animation, because I'm usually thinking of an in-the-moment perspective with these renders. It's usually not enough to develop a full-on story. Even 5 minutes, it might seem a bit thinly stretched, and that's a little difficult to make something out of. It can be hard to just make a single story out of a single picture that's just an in-the-moment contextual story. Basically, they're just kind of just moments in time between the brothers. Maxine Butler, any plans on what you're going to do with Amy Rose in these videos? I figured all that out before I started even animating the first episode of the Tales That Bond. I know exactly what kind of a position role I want her to have in this regarding the relations of all the characters. I've figured that out. I made sure to think about that kind of stuff before I started scripting the first episode. I want an idea of how I want each character to be, so that once I introduce them, it doesn't seem like their characters are changing for no reason throughout. But still leave a little room for some character development, because this does take place in the span of a few years, this general series. Of course, we've only witnessed 2 days of Sonic and Tails' life so far. But eventually there will be time jumps to focus on more important events, and then I could stick standalone animations somewhere in between those empty spaces for like moments that are less serious but still just kind of in the moment. See how they live in a general basis when nothing massive is happening. Sapphire Magic Wolfheart, I have a question. Ask away. I think if Amy's gonna be in future episodes, Tales of Film 109 is gonna have to hire a female voice actor. I mean, I could try myself, but that might be a little difficult. And I don't know who I'm going to get to do a voice acting thing if I ever did that. And I imagine it'd be a lot of work trying to work that out, figure out how to do all that kind of stuff. I'm not necessarily a businessman, so that kind of stuff is not usually things I think about, per se. Any plans on adding Knuckles? Yes, eventually. I have a few characters I'm going to introduce, but not all of them. Not all of them. It would be too much. Let's see. Not to say, but what the bullies were being attacked by Eggman, and a teenage Tails saved them with his ex-tornado, and they felt bad for how they were and want to start over and be friends. Well, by the time Tails is a teenager, no one's really making fun of him anymore by that point, because by that point he is fully established as a hero, and people don't mess with him anymore because he's cool. I like to imagine that when Tails grows up and becomes an adult, he ends up deciding to become a science teacher to share his love of science and tinkering and all that kind of stuff with younger people. And then he ends up being that cool teacher that everyone likes, and he has like zero tolerance for bullying, so if he notices anything of the sort, he makes sure they get punished, and if like the principal sides with the bully and punches the victim, then he gets like really adamant and just starts fighting the system. This is an odd tangent, but this is something I'd like to imagine with Tails in the future when like Eggman is like all done and over, everything's peaceful, and Tails is finding ways to pass the time, so he decides to become a science teacher. I don't know why I think this, but I feel like it's something that could happen. How come Tails never fought back against the bullies that were his age? Is it because he knew the bullies would run off to tell their parents to make up lies to get him in trouble? Tails is only 2 in this. The other bullies are much older by a few years. So, no, Tails is super young and he can't fight back. Huck, which Tails the Bond episode is my favorite? Right now, I still think it's episode 2 for me, personally. I liked trying to get him to Sonic's perspective, and I liked the way I set up the emotional moments in that one, and the ending, I think, is just so darn precious. Elena Robles, how did you do the animations of Tails eat pancakes? I had to get a little creative with that one, because the pancakes models I use, yeah, they're pancakes, but you can't cut them into pieces. It doesn't work that way. So what I did was, I actually got a model of like a watery cube. I changed the color to make it brown, and I flattened it to represent like a chunk of pancake. And anytime Tails would dig into the pancake, I would just take the model of the pancake and I would just slowly tilt it so that part of it goes under the table to make it look like he's eating more and more. And I have to be careful with the camera angles to not make it look too obvious, because I can't actually cut the pancakes into pieces, so I had to improvise a little there. I had to improvise. My version of Tails is the general of the U.S. Air Force after his heroic acts in the Third World War against the Eggman Empire. I'd imagine something like that more for Knuckles or Vector than Tails. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the person that would suddenly become more fearless and bloodthirsty than someone like Sonic. That just seems a little too far in the other direction, in my opinion. I couldn't really see it that way. A good leader, sure, but maybe not someone who would command murders. Why wasn't Tails given any water in episode 2 of the Tails That Bond? Did he drink water off screen? Could have? I don't know. I didn't think that through. Usually, I don't think most people usually think of the dehydration portion of things. But I like to imagine that Tails would probably just try and get water from the rain whenever it happens. What do you animate my characters? SFM, otherwise known as Source Filmmaker. It's available if you have a Steam account. It was originally made for Team Fortress 2 animations, but thanks to the Steam Workshop, people have put in models and maps for so many things, Sonic included. Sonic included. Huck, will Eggman ever show up besides off-screen? I don't think he'll really ever show up. We feel the implications of his attacks, but this isn't an action-oriented series. I can't really animate action sequences. If you want that, I always say you should go to someone who is much better doing something like that, like Mike Darklight or Shadow759. They have more experience with action sequences than me. That's not my kind of thing, and I don't really want to focus heavily on something that I can't do so well when there are other people that could provide much better content for that kind of thing. So I don't think we'll ever really see Eggman because, one, action sequences are not really my forte. We tend to feel the implications, and there will be some moments where we really get a feel of that. Yeah, it's a different universe. He's still that same Tails deep down who blushes a lot. So he's a bit hardened, but he still wouldn't actually want to murder anybody, right? He's just trying to keep the world in balance. Okay. As long as he's still a rather gentle-hearted soul, because I think the gentle nature is kind of important for Tails' character. He got a little snarky during the 2010s. Maybe a little too snarky. I don't think he should ever be saying, "Who's your daddy now, Shadow?" That makes me cringe. Ever. If you and your team can add the Tails That Bond to a FNAF mod, I don't follow anything on Five Nights at Freddy's. What you do with that is your thing, but I don't really have any connection with Five Nights at Freddy's, so... Oh, no, wait. Friday Night Funkin'. No, I have no connection with that either. I don't know anything about that. I can't tell you anything beyond that. Has Sonic been in every single episode of the Tails That Bond? There's only been 3 episodes, yeah. He has been in all of them. Doomdog, are you asking if you can animate the Tails That Bond in an anime style, or are you asking me to? If you're asking me to do it, impossible. Anime requires being able to draw. I can't draw to save my life, and it would stress me out so much. If you want to make an anime adaptation of the Tails That Bond, go ahead. But I know for a fact I am completely incapable of doing that. I have no drawing skills whatsoever. That's why I do 3D animating. It's something I can actually do. Brady the Awesome Man 777, who voices Tails here?
That would be me.
Sorry, my throat hasn't been the best today. I can't really do impressions right now. Hypersonic 64, you still going to Super Nintendo World? I'm not going to Florida, period. That's a long distance and a lot of money. It's out of my reach. I can't go. Ariana McKay, how come the adults didn't do anything to help Tails? Because he has 2 tails. That is it. They're old and stubborn. They're from the era where it was perfectly fine to just mess with someone that wasn't like, yeah, I guess. People weren't always so lighthearted in earlier generations. Jaden Uribe, how did Tails lose his parents? You'll find out soon enough. I'm not going to reveal it here because that's a detail I'm going to reveal in the Tails That Bond. But I don't think you'll have to wait too long for that. You'll learn soon. Nani Nazuki, will Tails be able to fly later in the episodes? Only when I'm ready for the series to end. I like to imagine once Tails flies, that's when he really starts hitting that more mature state in his life, where he starts to really learn what he's fully capable of and starts to become a fighter in his own right. We're going to be at the end of the series by that point. Rockamillion. Does Sonic not have the tornado yet at this point in the Tails That Bond? If so, when will he acquire it, and will Tails start learning how to fly it? Oh, no. Sonic already has the tornado. I don't see why he wouldn't have the tornado at this point, because if he didn't have the tornado, how would he be able to get to other landmasses to help people from Dr. Eggman? It wouldn't. He needs the tornado. He already has it, and I've already came up with a reasoning as to why Sonic has it. Risk Game 99. Will there be an episode where Sonic kisses Amy? That'll be romantic. I feel like that would kind of contradict the later games where everyone's in the present day and Sonic just doesn't want anything to do with it. So that can't... I'm not going to mess with that. I think that would mess with things a little too much. I think it would contradict, like, the Dreamcast era and such. I don't want to mess with that. So, I don't think that's going to happen. Sonic fan QW. Will Tails meet all of Sonic's friends? The ones that I would imagine he's met by this point. Of course, he hasn't met everyone. There's no Shadow. There's no Jet the Hawk. There's no Tangle. There's none of that here. We've limited it to a set few. If you look at my Tales That Bond trailer, I kind of hint out at some point which characters specifically we're going to be seeing in the Tales That Bond. It's up to you to figure out what I'm talking about there. It's in the trailer that I made before episode 1 came out. What if Tails gets to go to Disney World? I don't think there's a Disney World map on Source Filmmaker. That will be a lot of work. That not gonna happen. The boys, what if Sonic ever put, I'm pretty sure you meant Tails in a foster home. He never thought of doing that because he knew that if he did that, there would be some people that would get on his case. And then there would still be the chance that he gets picked up by a bad family. So he knew right off the bat he was not going to put Tails in a foster home. He did not trust the system at all. Rocky Rocks. When Sonic and Tails are eating breakfast, why did Sonic sound a bit scared when he asked Tails if he could have some pancakes? Well, Sonic was just hungry at that point, so it wasn't that he was scared. He was just kind of feeling a bit shy and embarrassed, I guess, asking about that, because in reality, he's been hungry since last night, because he didn't really eat anything. He was like, yeah, this is kind of silly, but, that kind of thing. He wasn't scared. Doomdog. Amadeus and Rosemary Prower from Sonic comic. I don't think there's a model of Amadeus, but there is one of Rosemary. There is one of Rosemary. I don't think there is a model of Tails' dad from the Sonic comics on SFM. It'd be hard to incorporate anyhow. I know at least one instance of which I'm going to do it. Once it's the end of the series, would you still make some bloopers or errors while making the videos? I don't usually keep any voice clips of bloopers and such, because this stuff takes up a lot of space. As soon as the animation's done and I get out all of my community posts regarding the questions, I delete all that stuff because I don't have any space for it. This third episode used up roughly 72 gigabytes of storage on my computer, and I only just got rid of all that stuff yesterday, so I could finally make room for more stuff on my computer. I have a terabyte drive, but I only have about 280 gigs left, and it builds up. And once I start hitting 200 gigs, that's when my system starts to slow down a little bit, because it doesn't have as much space to maneuver things around. Can you do Mario, please? I can't do Mario voices, and the characters don't get to me as much. I don't have as much feeling towards Mario characters as I do with Sonic characters. Mario characters are just kind of characters that exist for me. It's the Sonic characters that I really have a feeling for and kind of helped me mold who I am today. So, sorry, I don't really do Mario stuff. Milika Reba, are you gonna make one day Tails' birthday? Yes, I am. I have been planning that episode for a long while. That's a bit of a ways away, but oh, I've got ideas for a birthday episode. And yeah, that's not gonna be a standalone video. That will be a Tails That Bond episode sometime in the future. We'll have a few episodes before we get to that point, but I've got ideas for that, and I love them. I'm not gonna say what they are, but I love them. Purple Zelda 2.0. Why did Sonic get mad when Tails said he didn't want it anymore? Oh, are you referring to, like, in the beginning, like, 2 minutes in or so, he made a mad face? Yeah, that was Sonic kind of just attacking himself there. He was basically, like, thinking in his head, oh, stupid hedgehog, you really didn't think this one through. Because he realized he probably shouldn't have left Tails without telling him. He was kind of blaming himself that Tails got upset. It's like, oh, stupid Sonic, you could have at least told the kid. He wasn't mad at Tails. He was mad at himself for not letting Tails know where he was gonna be. Like, just wake him up quickly before going down to make breakfast. That kind of thing. That's why Sonic looked mad. He was basically yelling at himself in his head. You know, like when you do something stupid and you suddenly think to yourself, like, oh, you're so stupid, why did you do that? That's basically what Sonic was doing to himself. Rock Chameleon. Sonic and Ray has some friends. Why didn't he take Tails to one of their homes when he dealt with Eggman in episode 3? Because they don't know about Tails, and at the moment Sonic is so worried about trying to get Tails' trust that he's not even thinking about how anyone else would react to Tails. He eventually starts trusting the idea a little later, but he doesn't trust it yet, and he most certainly didn't have time to even think about taking him to anyone, and Tails would have been freaking out anyway, so... It hasn't reached the point where Sonic feels like it's a good enough idea yet. Maxine Butler, how much of your voice do you have to change to voice Sonic?
I usually just go for a sort of nasally vibe here. I kinda just speak through my nose a little bit, I guess. I can't explain it very well. I'm not very good at explaining my voices. You understand? I don't.
I don't. Elena Robles, how did the transition of animation day to night in flashback? How do you do that? Also, I like you and answer some of my previous questions, previous FAQ. Okay, so, how I did that transition was, in Blender, in the video editor, you can set things up in layers. The farther up you go, the less priority it has. So what it happens is, I set part of the animation in one layer, I render another part of it, and I place it on a layer above that, and I kind of stick it a little bit inside the previous part of the animation, and I do a fade out. I do a fade out of the priority layer so that that slowly goes away and we can see what's behind it, which is the nighttime sequence in this case. And I also did that regarding the flashback sequences. Those were separate layers, but they had extra priority, so... What I had to do with that is, in order to get it shown, I actually had to make them slightly transparent, which I did that by lowering what's known as the alpha value, which the alpha is what determines how clearly you can see something. If the alpha's at 1, it's completely solid, like the screen you're looking at right now. But you turn it more and more, it becomes more transparent, and you only see like certain pixels of it at a time and such, until you put it to 0, and now it's completely invisible. That probably sounds like a lot, but I can't show you what I did anymore because I deleted all that stuff already to make more room for my computer. I hope this answers your question, but like in Blender, there's layers. And the priority layers are lower down. The lower the layer is, the more Blender's gonna focus on seeing that. You can use fades transitions to go from one to the next. So like just place one layer slightly inside another layer, but put it in a layer with a higher number so you don't see it right away, and then just do a fade out on the first layer so that that goes away and you slowly see what was behind it. And I had to do that a lot with the flashback stuff because that was all a bunch of various different clips. A lot of clips. TS-Fan19, when was your first video of Sonic animation made? Long time ago. Most people probably think my learning to walk test animation was my first animation, all the way back in January of 2019. That was 4 years ago, but that wasn't my first animation. A couple years earlier, I made my first test animation, which was just Sonic and Tails waving. That one is really old. My first test animation was all the way back in November 5th of 2016. It would be about 2 years and 3 months before I'd ever get a chance to put up another one again. And at the time, I wasn't sure how it was going to fare. It was just something I wanted to try. Then school got too busy. Junior year of high school, I had no time to myself whatsoever. By the time I got halfway through my senior year, things were slowing down. I had a lot more free time, and I figured I would try it again. And then I learned to walk animation started to pick up because people thought it was so cute. And then I eventually started making more and slowly getting better. Biggest Tails fan, will you add Eggman one of these episodes? If so, would you need to make your voice deeper to hopefully match? We're not really going to see Eggman in this because this really isn't about the action portions of things. He's more of a background kind of thing. We feel the effects of what he does, how it might make certain people behave, and some of the aftermath damages we see. But we don't really see Eggman exactly because it's not about Sonic's adventures. It's about more of Tails' early childhood state and what he's going through in those years before he starts to become a hero like Sonic. Maxine Butler, are Knuckles and Tails gonna have a brothership like Sonic and Tails? Not exactly like Sonic and Tails. The thing is, Knuckles lives alone a lot, so he's not always the best at figuring out how to interact with others properly, especially a 2-year-old child. He can feel uncomfortable figuring out how to properly interact with Tails at first, because Tails is like so young and fragile, and that's not something that Knuckles is used to. It takes a bit of time to develop, but eventually he learns what the kind of guy Tails really is, and grows to appreciate him more, and starts caring about him in his own way. Not as directly as Sonic, but there will be a certain side to him that he'll realize he didn't have, but he won't know how to deal with it because he doesn't socialize very much. He's alone most of his life. It'll be a bit of an interesting dynamic, I think, but I think I'll be able to make it work. Rockman, we're talking about the ghostly Hal. Tails was worried about a ghost eating him and Sonic. Where did Tails get the idea that ghosts eat people? Honestly, he's just scared. He's just scared, and he's just imagining anything bad that can happen will happen. It's just a kid thing. You just imagine up the strangest things sometimes, and that's just how it is. It was just his imagination at play more than anything. He thoroughly convinced himself that's probably what a ghost would do. It's just a kid thing. That's all it is. Tails 119, are you going to allow someone to make a game about the Tails that bond, or make a fan-made animation about it? I don't think this is really material for a game. I have no idea how that would work. If someone made a game like that, I guess I'd have to try it and see what it's about. And a fan-made animation, I mean, you can make animations in the same style. It's not like this idea is inherently original. There are fanfics that probably treat them closer to this way. I'm just the only one that does this in animation, but you can make up your own AU and have it be similar. That's not stealing my idea. This isn't wholly something I came up with from scratch. I based it off of the characters and various backstories, and just imagined what it would probably be like in the past. People can make fan-made animations as long as... I would probably like it if they just tried to, like, make their own stories and not explicitly copy my stuff, but, like, doing a reanimated thing or anything like that, that's fine. Dubs are fine, too. YouTube poops are fine. Though, don't expect me to exactly watch YouTube poops of this stuff. Not really where I go, but there are things I'm fine with. I just don't want you to explicitly use my animation. Basically, just upload my animation and act like it's yours. That's where I have problems. You gotta make some changes to it. You could reanimate it a certain way. You could dub it. You could do something silly with it. You can make a tribute. Just don't take my content and pretend it's yours, or I will copyright claim you. I've done it before, because some people really think they can do whatever they want. Sonic Fan QW. Will Tails ever meet Vanilla and Cream, or will he not? Yeah, he will. Cream's only a baby by this point, so she won't have many ways to interact, but I do have intentions of introducing Vanilla at some point, and I have a certain way that will be. So, yes, Maxine, Cream should probably show up. Probably not too much, because, well, she's only a baby at this point. Not much she can do. Is Tails scared of thunder? That has been established in his bio, that he is indeed afraid of thunderstorms. That's why everyone makes a video on that at some point. Doomdog, you want to animate with anime. You want to animate with MAPPA style. Well, if you want to reanimate part of my videos in an anime format, you can do that. I'd be kind of interested to see what one of my animations will look like in an anime format. My favorite anime styles are like from the 80s and 90s though, so I'd really love to see what that will look like. I just love that period of anime styles a lot. How much of the canon lore will you follow during this project? Will also include the game stories retold from your perspective? Probably not so much the game stories, because that kind of takes place when, like, the roles as heroes are kind of already settled. And for canon lore, it can be a bit of a fine line, because the personalities might sometimes be a little different, but I want to try not to do anything that's too contradictory. It's a few things might change up a little bit, but I don't want to veer too far off course, if possible. If something's changed, well, I haven't studied everything about Sonic canon, but there's a lot of things. I want to at least have some aura of consistency, though. Purplezilla 2.0. Does Tails love being carried by Sonic a lot, or in some of the times? So far, yes, Tails does like being carried by Sonic. He usually feels an odd sense of comfort being carried by Sonic, because he's usually kind of gentle with the way he carries him, and then sometimes just snuggling up to his chest. It just kind of puts him in like a safe spot, like he's almost being carried by an angel of sorts. I guess he almost feels like it's something his parents might have done when Tails was younger and his parents were still living. I think it's a child type thing. I think most children probably like to be carried like that when they're really young. Medora Hinchcliffe. When will you make Tails gets a broken leg? Who said I was gonna make Tails gets a broken leg? But I'm not making anything right now. Until the end of May, I'm not working on animations. I will still work on renders of the month, which it is April, so I should make one at some point. Renders of the month take anywhere between like 30 minutes to 2 hours to make, so that's not a problem. Easy. Sapphire Magic Wolf Heart. Can I do one of them for you? What is the link that you use? One of what? One of what? I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna need to verify. What were the bullies going to do with Tails after their dinner? Asked by both Elena Robles and Beltran Valdez. Well, they were just going to let the rope drop, and then they were just going to beat him up a few more times until it got close to dark, and then they would just leave him and go to bed. What's a villain version of Tails? You know, guys? You mean like the anti-Tails, which he calls himself Miles? I've heard about that stuff. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I don't know that stuff. You know Sonic EXE, right? I do, but I don't really get too into that thing. My team are going to make the Tails of Bond different in the FNF mod. Tails will be 4 and Sonic will be 10. Also, Sonic will be trying to kill Tails. Alright then, whatever. Tails, will you end your channel soon? No. No, this channel is my hobby. It allows me to relax when I'm not at work. No, I do all this stuff for fun. And it shouldn't be a very long time. I at the very least want to be able to do the entirety of the Tails That Bond, which will take a long time to finish. I don't plan on ending anytime soon. I do this for fun. This is my hobby, in a sense. Why would I just want to give up my hobby just like that? Bat Spider 0629. I agree with you taking a break of anime. I do stop motion and it's a really hard process. You do stop motion. The way I see it, 3D animating is almost like stop motion, but with a lot of quality of life conveniences. You can skip over frames and it'll just fill it in for you and all that kind of stuff. Stop motion is hard. You just have to make minute movements, take a picture, then do it all over again, do it at least 24 times and you got a second. I commend you for making stop motion animation. Stop motion is not easy. I don't think I would have the patience for stop motion, so good on you, Bat Spider. Do I watch Sonic Prime? Well, I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't usually go on streaming services, so I don't even have a Netflix account. I've asked this before, but when your break from SM videos is done, can we please get a standalone video so I can just visiting a child garden? I have to figure out how to set some. I think there's maps of child gardens. It might be something to think about, though. I might think on that a little bit. Maybe. Cypher Sonic, how do you be verified? You need to get at least 100,000 subscribers, then you can apply for the check mark. Until you reach 100,000 subscribers, you can't get it, so you really gotta work for it. Purplezola, did Sonic ever have friends before finding Tails, or did he not have any? He had some, but he didn't see them all that much. He was mostly on his own. Mostly. It was usually situational whenever he'd bump into anybody, and it wasn't that many because Sonic wasn't that focused on it. That changes with Tails around, however. He starts having different priorities. Beltran Valdez, why did Sonic not tell Tails where he was going? Well, Sonic was in a hurry. At that point, his mind wasn't thinking straight, so he couldn't even think about giving Tails a slight detail. He was stressed. He was worried. He couldn't think straight. All he knew was he had to get Eggman down, but he just wanted to stay home and make sure Tails was all right. Do you know Sega dropped a new Sonic game? Yeah, the one where Sonic is dead. And Tails is a detective. Because of course Tails will be a detective. He's smart. I haven't played it though. Not yet. Did Sonic have parents or see an orphan like Tails? Again, that's something I'll get more into later in the Tails Step On. I'd rather not discuss it too much right now. My first assignment with Tails when he was only 7 back in early 1992. So only 7, so only 1 year before all the games. Uh-oh, what's going on? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Hey guys, I think YouTube is going to start being stupid. Why? Didn't drop many frames yet, but why is the stream status poor? Oh well, still have a few minutes before we get into the game. Oh boy. Zoyara, what can we expect on episode 4? Also, I absolutely love the brotherly moments. The laughter and loving. Can't wait to see more. What can we expect to see in episode 4? Well, Tails will be worrying about something, and Sonic will realize, but he won't know how to get Tails to reveal it. I'm going to keep it as open as that. Okay, we're good. We're back on excellent again. I wonder what happened. But it looks like we're fine. Plushie Adventures. Why can't Tails fly yet? Because the world has beaten him down so much, he doesn't realize any of his capabilities whatsoever. It's only after Sonic and eventually some of the others really start boosting his confidence in himself and such that he is this great kid and all that Tails will slowly start to realize what he's capable of. We started getting a slight taste of that in episode 3 when Tails was already proven capable of using his brain very quickly to figure things out. Stuff that a 2-year-old probably wouldn't normally get so quickly. With the whole TV business and such. Victor Serraro, calm down a little bit. You're acting up, or you're acting up over nothing right now. No one said anything. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Joao. Wow, but I'm on a break right now. If I go to animate episode 4 right now, I'm going to burn out, and then that animation just won't be able to come out because I will just be tired. I was already getting tired by the end of this. I've animated for 18 months straight. I made a video about a week ago regarding this stuff. I need time to rest my head. Think of it as like having to go to school all the time. After a while, you get really, really tired. And when summer comes, you just need that 2-month break. That's happening to me right now. I need my 2-month break to refresh myself before going back into the swing of things. Will you continue writing scripts for future SFM videos while taking a break from animating? I was thinking of waiting until my break was about over to get back into that. That's what I was thinking. There's maybe one thing I'll have to get done in advance, but I'm just kind of taking a break from it all right now. Super Sonic Mission 34. In episode 4, Sonic see the bully and Tails would tell him and Sonic will go off. We're not going to see those bullies. They're about 100 miles away. Tails is probably not going to be interacting with them again. I just don't think that would work from a story perspective. Sonic doesn't even know what they look like because Tails can't even give a description. They're all the same practically to him. And they're far away. There's nothing they can do to Tails anymore. Tails was 1 or 2 when his parents dies. I think I can at least say that Tails was very early in his 2-year-old times when he lost his parents. Very early. More details some other time. When will Tails' friends be on YouTube? In the future. Some might show up relatively close. Biffy, any hints on what the next episode's gonna be like? I don't really want to say too much. Just because I'm gonna be so excited when I finally get to announce what it is, and then everyone's probably gonna get excited, so. Well, we see Sonic and Tails play board games in an episode for like an opening scene or something. Maybe. I've had a couple of ideas of just small things like that to do every once in a while. Not much, though. Sharon Amy Luna. Will Tails have episode 4? Will Sonic be able to understand Tails' past more slowly? Maybe. So what about Tails learns to fight Eggman? Well, Plushie Adventures, that would mark the end of the series, because by that point, we reached the point where Tails has kind of developed, and then it just slowly starts leading to the developments that some of the earlier games would focus on. His focus become more of a hero and eventually become more independent, but by that point, I don't have much more story to tell anymore after that. Alright, we're almost there, guys. It's almost 4 o'clock, so if you got any more questions, let's get to it right now. Otherwise, we'll be getting ready for the game soon. SMG4542. Have you considered looking for voice actors? No, I have not considered looking for voice actors. 1, I'd have to figure out how to keep on track with them all the time. 2, they may not understand things the way I want them, and I don't want to deal with rebels. 3, I just have to learn that whole process. It's like a business thing. It'd be hard. It would be hard. Will Sonic homeschool Tails? Well, considering Sonic doesn't really go to school, I think he'll only teach him on the things he thinks is important. I do intend on having certain, like, big talks about, like, important lessons and such now and then. Kind of like a father-son thing. Kind of like sometimes in Full House, where, like, Danny Tanner always has some kind of a speech to say for one of the kids, and it's always about learning something new after something's gone badly. How do I do my Tails voice?
I call it a falsetto.
I can't really do the voice that well today. I don't know if I'm starting to get allergies or whatnot, but I've just been acting up. Anyways, it's 4 o'clock. Gonna be starting, getting over it very soon, but for now, just need to take a quick little break. Excuse me for a couple minutes or so. I am back, and I just turned on my mic, so... Where is my game? Show me the game, OBS. So what did you think of my little standby animation loop? I made it specifically for live streams when I have to pause for a few moments or so. Oh, it is showing now. Looks like it is showing now. I just want to wait till I see it. I'm like, okay, there we go. So, getting episode 3 done took twice as long as I thought it would, and some people got quite annoyed with it. So, I'm going to punish myself by being the fool on April Fool's Day and play Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. But I got a support group. They will support me from somewhere else. I have never played this game before, but I know it is very rage-inducing, so let's just see how bad I'm getting myself into here. 300 Hertz. I don't think I need to change anything. Let's just do it. You guys can hear the game, right? You can hear the game? The game. I hope you can hear the game. I'm nervous. Alright, here we are. This is a game, and it's gonna be horrible. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, this already feels... How do I... This already feels terrible. Oh. I hate this already. This is my punishment, people. Oh my... Oh! I didn't think this would feel so weird. Okay. I got myself here. Now what? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh! Okay. Wait, how do I get this off? There. I made it to the tree, guys. I made it past the tree. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I know how I have to move the tool, but I didn't think it would feel quite like this. It moves a little differently than I thought it would be. And up. You guys can hear the game? Okay, I guess you can hear the game. Here we go. Okay. Slowly. Oh, man. No! Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. I can't believe I'm actually playing this. No, I did not want to go that fast. All right. Okay.
Starting over. If you deleted your homework,
okay.
as I have, or if you left your
We'll see how far we can get in this. Imagine if I actually bait this game.
If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red, but it came up black.
Okay.
Your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding,
Okay.
and then
Get up there.
immediately put food on it.
No.
If you want an argument with a friend,
Okay, good. We're doing it.
they just return to their
We're doing it. Okay, we're doing it.
Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had what you're
Slow.
about to go through might be too much.
Oh,
Feel free to go away and come back.
that was great. I'm getting punished because I kept breaking my promise on when I get out episode 3 for you guys. It's all my fault.
Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry,
No.
I'll save your progress.
Oh no, this is already bad. Yeah, great. It's like wizardry. Oh, I hit my head. This is the worst thing of all time. This is horrible. I hate this already. Okay. Okay, just get myself down. There. Can I reach up? No, I can't do that. So, oh, I know this game can make you rage. I know I can rage. I've watched Markiplier play this game, and Sorry, Lana Kitty, I can't really do impressions right now. My throat's not up to it right now. It's been building up today. How do I do this? Okay, well, I didn't fall. I fell. No, no, no. Oh! This feels weirder than I ever imagined it would be. This is kind of a joke right now. It's April Fool's Day. I'm playing the fool. I'm going to play. I am going to play for at least an hour. No. No. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Made it. Made it. Okay. Move myself a little bit. No, I just want to move myself a little bit. Okay. 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 Can you reach this? Yes, you can.
It's a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking.
Yes, I
The
know.
author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of
Okay, that's fine.
Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
How do I drop myself down safely?
Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
Oh gosh.
Built almost
I'm
entirely
sliding.
around and recycled parts.
Okay, that's a
It's one
cup.
of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time.
That is a cup.
Your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor.
Okay, let's try and place myself on this here barrel.
Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly
Okay.
in danger of falling and losing everything.
No, wait, no! Okay, okay. Okay! I'm doing it!
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game.
Up here?
It might take you an
Slowly.
hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it.
Slowly.
Rather than you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength.
I don't like this
Climb way
angle.
up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise.
Okay.
Most obstacles
Okay. I think I'm doing pretty good, actually.
Confident in your
This is
ability
going pretty
to
well.
do them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that
That's
sense,
fine.
Every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Okay. I have no idea how I'm doing this one.
The obstacles in
Ooh!
Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
Violenka.
I'm sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing. and
Oops.
authentic to the process.
Okay, that wasn't a lot of progress lost. That wasn't a lot
Funny
lost.
thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it. It
Okay.
would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself
Okay.
to make it easier.
Oh,
I
hurry.
felt like my inability
Oh,
to
okay.
get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder.
Alright.
Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb.
Okay.
And
Now we
it's
just
our
gotta get up
repeated
there.
attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something.
Okay. Great. No! 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 I gotta be so much more careful than this. Or I'm gonna lose everything. I keep doing that! What am I doing? Good. This is called Getting Over It, starring Bennett, Foddy. Okay? Okay! Progress! Oh, that's fine, Tails Fan 11. Exercising's good for you, and Sonic loves it when people exercise. He loves it very much. But you missed the Q&A portion, but you can watch me play Getting Over It, starring Bennett Foddy. Surprisingly, I'm doing pretty well, considering this is a rage game.
You mold your ideas into a certain shape.
Me and my big mouth.
They begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock.
Me and my big mouth.
Change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting from
You gotta be joking. I have to do all this again. Ugh, it can be very hard to tell what you're doing sometimes. Okay, I'm back. See? Easy. This is easy. I'd rather not be over here. Let's go that way. I need to do this a little more slowly. I just gotta get a feel for it. I gotta figure out how to inch my way closer upward as opposed to just flicking myself everywhere. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Let's just get onto this here rock, I guess. Okay. Now, how do I do this? I don't actually know. Oh, what is this? Okay. No. Wow, I don't get this at all. No. Okay. Okay, that can work. Sort of.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible.
No, I haven't.
You did the first time.
I literally have not gone past this point yet. What are you talking about? This is still literally my first time. Oh, no. No. I don't feel like I have to show Tails learning how to use the bathroom. That seems a little too, weird of a thing to make. I know to use the lights, I just messed it up. Okay, we're still in. We're still in the game. We're still in, people. We're still in. I never thought I'd play this game. Curse my YouTube hobby. Oh gosh, this is hard. I don't even know how to do this properly yet. How do I properly use the lights? Ugh, there's just no room for this stupid hammer. Stop. Hammer time. I don't know I show speed. I don't know who that is at all. I know you've been mentioning him a lot, but I have no idea who that is. Okay. Just gotta figure out how to get to the light. I didn't realize my hammer was still on the ground. Oh, that didn't click at all. This is hard now. I was doing pretty well, but this part is actually quite tough. I'm sure eventually I'll figure out how to do it, and then it won't be too hard anymore. Okay. Slowly. Okay. Throw the keyboard out the window. Well, you don't use a keyboard for this game as far as I'm concerned. You use a mouse or a trackpad. I'm using a mouse. Okay. Just gotta lift myself up somehow. I almost got it. Okay. Well, lots of people say bad words. I just never got them ingrained into my vocabulary. Even when I seriously hurt myself, I can't say a bad word. It's just not my vocabulary. I went through nearly my entire life without swearing, so I'm just used to not swearing. Oh, no! Come on! Alright, fine. Just get back on that. Get on the rock! Alright. No! What was that? Okay, I almost got on the rock. Come on, I can do this. I can't do this. This is so hard. Here we go again. Here we go again. This is my life. This is my life now. Just trying to get over it. Okay, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Maybe if I do this, I can lift myself up? Maybe not. But maybe if I do it... Never mind. The controls take a lot of getting used to. They don't flow the way you think they would. Just gotta be... There we go! Okay, somewhat. Somewhat. I sorta had it. Sorta. It's a step. And that's all that matters right now. There's not a lot of room, though, for your hammer. Oh my gosh. No. Come on. Come on. Alright. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone. Stop it. You're mean. What is it? What's your question? We'll see if I notice it because I'm too busy climbing a mountain. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on. You can do it. See, it wasn't that hard. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Oh. I've done that more times than I like to admit at this point. What link? Sapphire, I don't know what link you're talking about. What link are you referring to? Oh, well, I'll be streaming another Kaizo hack tomorrow if you want to see that. 3 o'clock as usual. What if I, like, just go for up? Okay, I don't know if that's the solution either. This hurts you. I'm sure this hurts you plenty, Rock, but I feel hurt too right now. Okay. Okay. Alright, what do I do? What do I do, guys? While I have a grip, what do I do? Oh, my game is lagging! That didn't make things any easier, stupid lag! I could have gotten that if it wasn't for the lag. I have a playlist for all of my animations. Just look at the playlist for Sonic SFM videos. It shouldn't be too difficult to find. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ah, I got stuck. But I'm getting it. I'm slowly getting it. You see, I'm learning. And learning in itself is a form of progress. Just look at my playlist and find it. I don't have time to get the link out right now. Guys! 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 Get the camera! Get the camera! This is progress in the making! How do I get to that rock all the way on the right? I'm scared! I don't want to do this. I'm gonna fail and then I'm gonna fall. Oh! I can...
People have been predicting that games would soon be
Finally!
store in a
And it only took 25 minutes? That's not so long.
because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context.
Not bad.
And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
How do I...
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh.
What is this?
When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age.
How do I...
Build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music.
Oh, what is this? What is this? Okay, okay.
Maybe this is what digital culture is.
Oh, shut up, Bennett. I'm trying to do something.
Creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it.
Oh,
Grand,
that's wrong.
infinite, and unsorted.
Swing slowly to the left and then swing quickly to the right. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Just... Yay! Okay! 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 That's a trap. I know that snake thing is a trap. It'll take me so far down if I accidentally touch it.
3D models of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels. Scan magazines. Green screen Shia LaBeouf. Banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups. Car crash epic failed chips from Russian HDMVs. Discussions of McRibs. Discarded.
Okay, okay.
Recycled.
Just take it slow. I don't want to fall down there. Please. Ah! Okay. Okay, let's just take a breather for a moment. Let's just take a breather for a moment. It's good to relax after a while. High fives. Okay. We're still here. No! Don't do that! Okay, okay. I didn't even think I'd get this far, honestly. Sapphire, I can't get the link right now. That would require getting out of the game. All you have to do is go into my channel and find the playlist. You can find it without me. I know you can. But I can't get the link right now. That's not possible. Okay.
Everything's fresh.
Okay.
6 seconds.
That feels better.
Everything beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Don't do that, game. Don't do that. Oh gosh, my hammer was still on it. I don't know what I was even doing there. This is scary, because I know there's a serious punishment if I fail this the wrong way. Walter Chavez 108. Hello. Just sorry. It's just Sonic SFM videos, or if you want standalone videos only, just look at standalone Sonic SFM videos. Or if you want to see videos only for the Tales That Bond, I have a playlist literally called The Tales That Bond. Can I just get up the stupid umbrella already? This umbrella is the bane of my existence right now. Okay. Sorry, no rights. They're only for me. They're only for me. Okay. Okay. I know where I have to go. I know where I have to go. It looks like this should not even cling on to some of these things. Okay. No. No. Okay. So how do I want to do this?
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle. That
What
lets
is
you chew
this?
it, but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Okay. How far am I right now? I don't even really know what's gonna happen down here, so I'm like mortally terrified right now. Can I get a sneak peek? Okay, I need to get down there.
Oh no.
I guess that works. Okay. Okay. If I can just... Okay, almost, almost. Hey! Okay, this is better than I ever could have hoped this to go. Okay. 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 No, that's too close. That is too close! I just want to take this very slowly right now. I just want to get myself onto this last box. There. I have to get there. Okay. I must be the greatest player of all time. I don't want to go over there. That's scary. I have to get onto that security camera? Are you joking? How am I going to do that? Yeah, I usually wear everything as Tails when I'm in a live stream. I almost treat it like my internet persona. I don't get to wear this kind of stuff most of the time because I have to work every day. And when you go to work, you can't dress like this. I only get to do this on weekends. Okay.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat.
No, I'm not. I'm not an acrobat. I can't swallow a baseball bat. I can't do that. So stop pretending you know me, because you don't. Oh yeah, I've watched Markiplier play this game. Once you start falling, it seems like the best thing you could do is just not flail around a lot. Just let things take its action. Oh gosh. No!
You just lost a lot.
Oh!
That's a deep frustration.
Where even am I? Oh, that's where I am. So the snake's nearby. Well, we gotta do quite a bit over again, don't we? As long as I don't fall down there. Okay. Just gotta do this again. Ah!
Sorry about that.
Well, we're starting over. Just fantastic. Stop getting stuck on things. Just get back up. I should know how to do this by now. I've played. I played for a while. I should know how to do this. But I don't. I clearly don't. I have learned nothing from playing this game. It's just so mean. No, it's not 5 o'clock yet. I have to play till at least 5 o'clock. Oh no, I'm not gonna stop making SFM videos. I've got... It makes me so happy every time I finish one of those. But I'll probably slow down on the production afterwards so I can make a little more time to do other things with my time. Yeah, I got blue eyes. Just like Tails does when his eye colors finally bloom. I can't believe I had to do all this over again. All because I'm an idiot. Well, April Fools to me, I guess. I thought I was actually going to do well. Keep getting stuck on that. Okay. Bye, cop. Well, did you see me fall all the way back to the beginning, Shattered Amy Luna? Because that's what happened. Okay. Oh my goodness!
Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
No, I am an idiot. I'm playing this game. That clearly makes me an idiot. But it's oddly kind of entertaining. Am I just a masochist? Maybe. Wow, I keep getting stuck on that rock. Oh, not this time, though. Oh, lag! No! No lag! No lag! Stop lagging, game. It's lagging! Enough with the lag! That's just gonna make it harder to play. I don't want to ride the snake. No, that's too much progress lost. Screw that. Okay. Okay, there. There. Okay, we're getting back. We're getting back. Okay, we're working our way back. See, we're working our way back. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're back at the lights. Just gotta remember how to do this part again, because this was one of the parts that gave me the most issues, honestly. Yeah, that was great. Okay. I'm really bad at this part. Alright. No, I'm not gonna spoil a scene for the Tails That Bond episode 4. That would ruin the fun. At least for me, it would ruin the fun. What fun is the Tails That Bond if I let everyone know what's gonna happen beforehand? Part of the fun part is seeing people's reactions to not knowing what's gonna happen. Oh gosh, no, don't do that. You think I can get back to where I was before 5 o'clock, you guys? Nope. Nope. This is Getting Over It, starring Bennett Foddy. Alright, that's fine, it's fine. I think we're gonna have to move this the other way. Ah, didn't even reach. Uh-oh, okay. Like I said, I'm really bad at this part for some reason. I don't know why I'm so bad at this part, but I'm so bad at this part. Is this game making you angry? Whee! I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. That's all. Gosh, thought I would have been able to actually save that there. I hate this part so much. This is, for me personally, so far the hardest part of the entire game. So far. You getting bored? Is this not exhilarating? It's a guy in a pond climbing a mountain. It's amazing. Although admittedly, I'm making a lot of mistakes. Ow. I honestly thought I was gonna be raging more right now. I don't have instant regret. I'm very disappointed at losing a ton of progress, but surprisingly, I've been slightly entertained by this game. Oh, almost. If I could just get past this part, I'll probably be able to make progress a lot more smoothly. Ow. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay. 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 Nope. This is my least favorite part of the game so far. I really hate this part. I can't find any consistency on how to do well here. I didn't mean to do that. I'm the owner of the Tails That Bond Sapphire. Why do you think we had a Q&A stream about the Tails That Bond here? Ow.
Hang in there. Don't let it get to you.
I wouldn't if you wouldn't tell me.
Let it get you a little bit.
Oh, haha, you're so funny. Nope. I really don't like this part at all. Is my anger starting to show yet? Because I'm starting to feel a little mad. What? How do you get speed from that stupid light? This is ridiculous. There's gotta be a better way to do this. It's just gotta be. Well, I'm on the rock at least. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Of course. It had to happen at some point. What did you do? Did you make Tails a mint cake? He'd love a mint cake, I'm sure. Oh, I had it. 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 Wish you could jump normally. But we're not playing jump, man. We're playing get it over. Right. Okay. Lift myself. I hate that part so much. I don't know what to do once I get there. Why'd you kill a dog? Was it a zombie dog? Because zombie dogs are annoying. Zombie dogs are very annoying. Okay. I guess I can't hang myself onto the light like I'd like to. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I can't do this all day. 5 o'clock. You can't come here sooner. No. I can't believe how much time I can spend in this one part just because I don't get it. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Ow. Episode 3.5 is not me. That's a YouTube poop made by Orchard Animations. I know nothing else about it. That's not made by me. What? My hammer was already on the rock? Oh my gosh. What? No! I'm losing my patience too, don't worry. I'm sure Sonic lost his patience 45 minutes ago. It's just too steep! You know, the rest of the game doesn't bother me so much. This part of the game, however, I hate with a bloody passion. I hate this so much. This one part. This one part ruins the entire game for me. Like, how? How do you do it? Well, you know, in some cultures, a dog actually is a delicacy. There are some cultures that eat dogs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is the worst part of the entire game, and it's so early on. Nothing else is as bad as this! This is actually starting to get on my nerves now, because this part makes no sense whatsoever. Just stay on the rock. I don't get it. I just don't get it. No, stop. Stop being a jerk and just get up. Get up. Get up. I didn't think this was going to be the part of the game that would give me issues. Okay. Okay. No! I want to be done with this part! I want to be done with this part. I just want to be done with it so I can get to the fun parts of the game again. This is the worst part and it's so early on. Why would they throw this so early into the game when other parts seem to be easier? Oh, there's the lag again. That's not gonna work. Should have save state? Trieric, I don't think this game has save states. It save states any time a millisecond passes. I know, but I got through this at one point, and I was getting through the rest relatively smoothly. Then I fell down, and I've never been able to get past this part since Road Scar. This is the only part of the game that actually seems to give me legitimate issues. The only part of the game that gives me issues. The rest didn't actually seem that bad to me. I was doing pretty well until I fell. Oh well, about 5 more minutes and we can stop. You know, maybe if you got out of that stupid pod, you can be worthwhile. And we fell off the rock again. Genius. You've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. Okay. All you had to do was grab the light! That's all you had to do. You just had to grab the light. It's not that hard to grab a stupid light. You know, of course that would happen. Of course that would happen. Time is going so darn slow now. Feels like 5 will never come. I'm never getting past this. It's not gonna happen again. Not at this point. I've lost hope at this point. Seriously, why is this the part that gives me so much trouble? Later parts of the game are supposed to be harder, but they made more sense to me than this part. There we go again. There we go again. Are you serious? Well, I was having fun, but I'm not having fun anymore, that's for sure. It's not 5 o'clock on my clocks yet, so I have to keep playing. I can't wait till it hit. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. That's it. I'm done. Do you guys ever want to see other live streams of me trying to finish this game? Because if not, I'm going to try to get a refund on this. Screw you, game. So, would you guys ever want to see live stream me trying to finish this game, or should I just get a refund, never touch this game again, and move on with my life? Because I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm seeing a bit of 50-50 here. I might just get a refund. You wanna watch me ask for a refund? Because I don't know how long it would ever take to win. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, it looks like most of you are saying no, so I think I'm going to get a refund. Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm just going to get a refund. I'll do it right now. I forgot where I go to get a refund. I only downloaded this game today. I haven't even played for an hour. How do I refund? I don't remember how to refund a game. How do I refund? Refund. Does anyone know how I refund the game? Because I don't remember. Do I go into the store? Oops. Alright, let's try and get a refund. How do I get a refund? I don't know how to refund. I think I'm gonna have to look up how to refund. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. How to refund a game on Steam. Steam help. Find the purchase you'd like to refund and click on it. If the purchase is not listed, falls too far outside a refund window. Steam help. I don't see Steam help. I have to go here. Guess I need to sign through here. I should probably just swap to that. Well, isn't there just a way I can do it from here? Oh, there we go. You are not asking for a refund. That's not right. View receipt. I would like a refund. Yes. I'd like to request a refund. Yeah, why not throw it into my Steam wallet? This game is too difficult and it's not fun. It's not fun. Okay, hang on. I can show you what I'm typing in. I can show you what I'm typing in. Here. This was one of the most irritating experiences of my life. Now my hand is starting to hurt. That hurts. Get me out of this cycle of pain. I have submitted a request for a refund. So there. I think we're done. We're done. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll be playing a Kaizo hack, which is hard but more fun. Quickie World. If you want to watch me play a Kaizo hack tomorrow, it's tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will still be wearing a Tails hat and a Tails shirt, and maybe Tails will make a cameo appearance. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on if he feels like it. Alright, until then, this has been TailsFan 109. I hope you got some enjoyment out of watching Getting Over It. It stopped being fun after a while. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.